Hi all, and welcome to this special Global Colors and Fonts webinar. I am Ziv, a web designer and Elementor's lead educator, and today we're going to be building a 2-page mini site based on a free template from the library. We will focus on Elementor's design system features and see how to set up and apply global colors and fonts. As you know, colors and fonts are the building blocks of a web designer's work and are assigned to elements consistently throughout your site. Elementor's design system features, they allow you to take control of your site's colors and fonts more easily and save lots of time in the long run by creating a go-to color palette as well as a collection of font styles, which you can assign to elements globally. And you can do all of that from one place. Okay, so what exactly are we going to be doing during this webinar? We will create a homepage step by step based on one of Elementor's free templates. By the way, I'm using Elementor's free and lightweight Hello theme. We will see how to style the page with global colors and fonts and understand how it works on existing as well as new sites. We'll save the page as a template with global styling already set up and use that template to create the Contact Us page. We'll also see how global fonts can be set up for mobile and tablet devices, and we'll check out some other global settings that can come in handy. Lastly, we will go over theme style and see how it can be used together with global colors and fonts to create an even more streamlined design system. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen and let's make a start. Also, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. We will try to answer all of them, so don't be shy. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start in the WordPress dashboard and I'll hold down Command or Control plus E. This opens up the Finder and I'll just type in Add New Page. And I'll also hold down Command or Control when I click Add New Page, so it opens up in a new tab. As you can see, I just opened up the new page in a new tab, and I'm doing this so that the dashboard will still be accessible in a different tab because we're going to be coming back to that. Okay, so in this page, I'll just go ahead and click the settings cog over here, and I'll change the title to home page. Okay, so as you can see, this is the home page, and we can hide the title if we want. We can do that like that. And over here you can see new Elementor site, just another WordPress site. This is the site title and the site description. Now I'm just going to change that. So what I'll do is I'll just click on the menu icon here in the top left, and I'll just go to site settings and I'll go to site identity. Okay, so this is where I'm just going to change it to the new website that I'm creating. The site name is going to be Fashion Insight. And the site description, come see our collection. Over here you can also set the site logo and the site favicon, and when you're done you can just update and close it, and when you refresh the page you'll see it's updated over here. Fashion Insight, come see our collection. Okay, so I'll just go back to this page settings over here and I'll change the page layout. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it to Elementor Canvas. So this excludes the header and the footer, and we'll just have a blank page basically. And we're doing this because I'm going to be using a template from the library. So I'll just go to the library like that. And the page that we're going to be using is this page. So I'll just go ahead and insert that. And let's just start off in the first section. So I'll just click on the section over here to enter its settings. And what I'll do is I'll change the background image to a background video. So I'll just go to Style, and I'll just change that background type to video. And over here, this is where we're going to be adding either a YouTube link, Vimeo link, or a link to a video file that's in your media library, which is what I'm going to be doing. So I'll just go back to the dashboard, and I'll go to Media, Library, and I'm going to be using this video. So I'll just go ahead and copy this link and I'll paste it over here. And the moment I do that, it already starts playing. Also what I'll do is I'll control the end time. So I set that to 20 seconds. So that's great. And if you want, you can also toggle play on mobile to play the video on mobile and set a background fallback if for any reason the video doesn't play. So that's great. Now, the next thing that I'll do is I'll go to background overlay and I'll just disable that. I don't want the background overlay. And what I am going to do is I'm going to add a border to this section. I'm going to set the border type to solid, and I'll just unlink the width and only set the border on the bottom over here. I'll set that to 20 pixels, as you can see. And I'm going to be adding a custom color. So I'll just click on the color picker over here and just paste that color code over there. And as you can see, it's set to custom, but what we can also do is we can set it to one of the global colors, as you can see, like so, which we'll get back to very soon. Okay, so I'm just going to set it back to this custom color. And let's just click on the logo over here. I'll change the logo. So I'll enter the library and I'll change it to my logo. Okay, and for link, I'm just going to set it to a custom URL and I'm going to link it to the homepage. Now, we are busy building the homepage, so in order for that to work, we first need to publish the page. So I'll just go ahead and publish that. And the moment that it's published, we search for home. We can just add it like that very easily. And the reason that I'm doing this now already is because I'm going to be saving this page as a template and reuse it on the Contact Us page. So it's already going to be set up with the logo linking automatically to the home page. Let's just go to Style and fix the max width over here. Set it to 100%. Okay, great. Now let's move on to the second section. I'll just click on the second section, Settings. And what I'll do is I'll just drag the content width to 1200. I'll just increase that like that. And I'll click on the heading and I'll change the title. This is going to be New Collection. There we go. And let's just check out the style. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're using a template. So it already has some custom styling to it. Okay, as you can see, there's this custom color over here that's already set in the template. And I'm just going to show you how you can use these custom colors and turn them into global colors and decide exactly what's going to be best for your website. So what I'm going to be doing over here is I'm also going to be changing this color to that dark color I just gave the border. So I'll just go over here and change it like that. And because we're going to be using this color a lot more throughout the site, I'm going to be turning it into a global color. Okay, so what I will do is in the color picker, after adding the color, as you can see here, you can press the plus to create a new global color. Okay, so that's what I'll do. And I'll just rename it. I'll call it New Accent. And I'll just click Create. And as you can see right now, the globe is turned blue, indicating that there's a global color active called New Accent. And that's exactly the color that I just added. Okay, so I just added a new global color. Okay, great. So next, I'll just go ahead and delete the divider. And I'm just going to change the images over here in the basic gallery. So in order to do that, I'll just click delete and I'll reset the gallery. And I'll click here to enter the library to create my own gallery. So I'll just go ahead and select these 6 images. And I'll click Create New Gallery and Insert Gallery. Okay, cool. And the next thing that I'll do is I'll go to Style and I'll set the border type to solid as well. So I'm adding a border to this gallery. And I'll just change the width over here. I'll just increase that. I'll set that to 4. And for the color, what I'm going to do is, instead of giving it a custom color, I'm going to give it the new accent color, the global color that we just added. Okay, so now this border here is set to the new accent color. This heading is set to the new accent color. And let's just go back to the section over here. And we'll go to border. And instead of having this custom color set, which is the same color as the global new accent color that I gave, I'll just go ahead and change it and set that to new accent as well. Okay, so that's 3 elements on this page. They all get the same color. So I just decided to set that to the new global color so we can control that more easily. Okay, so let's just go to the global color settings via the shortcut. Okay, so if you click on the globe here, we can click on Manage Global Colors. And let's just change, we'll go to global colors, and I'm just going to change the new accent color just to see exactly what happens. So I'll just go ahead and change that color like so. And as you can see, it just changes all of the elements that we assigned this new global color to. It changes it instantaneously, and it's really cool. Okay, so what we can also do is we can change our primary, secondary, and text and accent colors. If we want to, we can just select that over here and change that. But we can't delete these system colors, okay? Because these system colors, they're used for other elements in Elementor. So we can't delete these, but we can change the color and we can rename them as well if we want to. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just set the secondary to white, because I'm going to be using these colors later on as well. And I'll set the text color, I'll set that to black. Okay, and I'm not going to be using this green accent color. So instead of just having accent and new accent, what I'll do is I'll just copy this and I'll just set the accent color to the new color that I added, and I'll delete the new global color that I added. Now I just want you to pay attention to the pop-up that we see over here. There's a notice explaining that all elements using this color, they'll inherit a default one. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that and see exactly how that affects what we just set up. As you can see, the elements that we assigned the global new accent color to, they have inherited a default color. Okay, so let's just check out this heading over here. And as you can see, the text color, it's undefined. It says that there's an invalid global color. And depending on your setup, the colors that you see by default, it could either be an Elementor default color, or it can be from an unknown source, maybe your theme or your browser. So what I'll just do is I'll just go ahead and set this text color back to accent, and I'll do the same for the border. And also for the image gallery over here. So that's what happens when you delete a global color and certain elements were assigned to it. Okay, so now that we set that up properly again, what I'll do is I'll just go to the text editor over here and I'll change the text. And what I'll do is I'll just go to style, and for the text color, I'll set it to the new black text color that I just added before. So I'll set that to text, and I'll just set it to justified as well. And just to demonstrate, what I'll do is I'll just drag in a new text editor widget over here. And as you can see, by default, it's already set to the system color called text, which we changed to black earlier. Now, this is the default behavior, and for the same reason, we can't delete system colors. What we can do is we can change their color and we can rename them, but we can't delete them because they're assigned to widgets and other elements by default as a fallback. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and delete this. And using the same logic as global colors, it's time to check out global fonts. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go to this heading over here and I'll go to Style Typography. As you can see, this template comes with a custom typography and its typography settings already for this heading. But what we can also do is we can set it to the global primary, the secondary, the text, or the accent. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it as primary, and I'm going to actually change the primary font family and all of its settings in a global fonts. Okay, so I'll click Manage Global Fonts over here, and I'll go to Global Fonts, and I'll change the primary over here. Okay, so I'll just set this to a different font family. And change some other settings as well. And what I'll also do is I'll just go to text. Okay, and I'll also change the typography settings for text because we're going to be using it later on as well. So the only thing that I'll do over here is I'll just change the text size. I'll change that to 16. And I'll just leave the rest as is. Now what I'll do is I'll update and close. So now, as you can see, when it refreshes, it's automatically already changed the typography settings that I just added in primary. Okay, let's carry on. I'm going to delete the testimonials widget and also this breakfast widget so we can focus on this third section. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go to the section settings, and in layout, I'm just going to change the content width also to 1200, just like we did before. But seeing that all of our content width is 1200, instead of setting this up manually all the time, I'll just remove this. What I'll do is I'll just go to site settings and I'll just set it up once and it will be applied automatically. So what I'll do is I'll just go to layout, and over here in content width, I'll set that to 1200, 1220. So now it's automatically set, and it's going to save a lot of time in the long run as well. I'll just go ahead and update that. And while we're here, let's just also set the default page layout so that when we create the contact page, it'll automatically be set to canvas. Okay, so I'll set the default page layout to canvas, and I'll update as well. Okay, let's just close out of site settings. And let's go back to this section over here. And what I'll do is I'll just go to style and I'll change the background image. I'll change that to a new image. And for the background overlay, what I'll do is I'll assign the new global color that we added, the accent color. So we've got this theme going on over here. Okay, next, let's just click on the heading and I'll change the text over here. And in style, what I'll do is I'll set the text color to the secondary, which was white that I set before. And I'll set the global typography, I'll set that to primary. As you can see, it updates automatically. The next thing that I'll do is I'll go to the text editor and I'll just change the content. And in style, I'll set the text color. I'll set that to secondary as well, so the white. And the global typography, I'll just set that to body text, to text. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, I'll just go to the image carousel over here and I'll just delete the gallery over here and create a new one. Okay, I'll just add these 6 images and I'll insert that. And I'll just change the slides to show to 4, so it's just a little bit smaller. Cool. Okay, let's just move on to the button. And I'll just change the text to contact us. And the link that we're going to be adding here is the link to the contact page. Okay, so after we create it, we're going to be coming back over here and I'll just set that link over here. So I'll change the size to medium. And let's style it a bit. So in style, I'll go to text color and I'll change that to secondary. And on hover, what I'll do is I'll change the text color to the accent color that we just added. And now what we need to do is change the background color. I'll set that to secondary and the border color to secondary as well, so it's all white. And we've got the text on hover turn into the accent color as well. So we're really keeping this theme going with these global colors assigned here to the elements. And another thing that I'll add is a hover animation. So I'll just set that to grow on hover, giving it this nice effect. And next, what I'll do is I'll just go to typography over here and I'll set that to accent. And I'm not going to keep this global typography style. I'm just going to click on the pencil over here, and I'm going to set the transform to uppercase. Okay, cool. Now we're going to be keeping the visit us for now because we're going to be using this section on the contact us page. But I'm just going to delete this section over here, and I'll just click update, and I'm going to save this page as a template, like I mentioned before, so we can use it on the contact us page. So I'll just call this the contact page template. Save. As you can see, it's saved over here, so I can use it on the contact us page. And it's important to know that all of the settings that I set up, all of the global colors and global fonts and changes that I made over here, it's all going to be saved in that template. So I just have to insert that template in the contact us page, and we'll be able to change these global colors and fonts very, very easily. And it will be applied on all the pages that we use this template for. Okay, so as I said, we save this page as a template. We're going to be using the Visit Us and the Hero section on the contact page, but we don't need the Visit Us section on the home page anymore, so I just delete that and update again. And now it's time to create a new page, so I'll just open up the Finder again, Command or Control E, add new page. I'll hold down the Command or Control key so that it opens up in a new tab, so we can just tab through them very easily. And as you can see, it's already set up as the page layout is already set to canvas. We set that up in site settings, and as you can see, it's already set up automatically. And the content width also is set up as 1220, which we set before. Okay, so let's just insert the template we just created. Go to My Templates and insert that. And call it Contact. So this is the contact page. And as you can see, we've got all of the sections of the home page over here. Now we don't need all of them. We need the Hero section, which is what we're going to be keeping. So I'll just delete this New Collection section. We don't need that. And we don't need this section either. And here's the Visit Us section that we saved as well before. Now let's just change the background video over here. So I'll just go to Style, and I'll go back to my media library, and I'll choose this video. So I'll just copy the URL. You can copy it here as well. And I'll just insert that over here. Cool. And then what I'll do is I'll go to Advanced, and I'll also delete the padding. Okay, so I'll just link all the values together and delete them very easily like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a layout. Okay, so I'm in the section settings, and I'm just going to change the height. Okay, so there's a min height. I'm going to change that to VH, which stands for viewport height, and I'm going to set that to 50. Okay, so now this section takes up 50% of the viewport's height. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll just do the same with this second section as well. So I'll just go to Layout, and I'll set the height to min height, and I'll change that to 50 VH, and I'll delete the padding here as well. So I'll link them together to delete all of them in one go, and that's it. So when we hide the panel, the two sections together make up 100 VH, which is exactly what we want for this Contact Us page. Okay, so let's just change the heading over here. This is going to be saying Contact Us. And in Style, I'll just go and set the text color. I'll just go ahead and set that to accent. And I'll change the typography. I'll set that to the global primary. Okay, so it's just like we have on the home page. I'll go ahead and delete the divider. And for the icon list, I'll just delete the fourth icon. So we only have 3. And I'll go to Style, Icon, and I'll set the color to the accent as well. Now for the text, what I'll do is I'll set the text color to text. And for typography, I'll also set that to text. And I'll tweak it just a little bit. I'll increase it to 17 pixels. And I'll just change the line height a bit. I'll set that to 1.8. Okay, cool. Now let's go to the Maps widget. And what I'll do is I'll just go to Advanced. And over here I'll go to Border. And I'll set that to Solid. And I'll set the width to 5. And the color to accent as well. Okay, so now that we're done with both pages, I'll just go ahead and publish this. And I'll just go back to the global colors and I'll just make some changes. Okay, so I'll just make some changes so you can see exactly how it affects the site. Manage global colors. And what I'll do is I'll change the accent color. Cool. As you can see, it updates all of the elements that we assigned this global color to. I'll go ahead and click Update and just close this. And what I'll do is I'll just go to preview this page. And I'll click the logo because the logo we set to link back to the home page. So now we're on the home page. And as you can see, all of the elements we assigned that accent the global color to, it's all updated. You can see on hover the contact as text, the text color, the overlay. It's all updated automatically. Okay, so now we need to set the Contact Us button on the home page to link to the Contact Us page. Okay, so let's just go back to this page over here. Let's just refresh the editor as well so the colors are updated, as you can see. And we'll go to the button. And now for link, when we search for the page that we created, the contact page, we can very easily select it and just update like that. Okay, now let's just go back to site settings and we'll go to global fonts and we'll see exactly what happens when we change the global font. So what I'll do is I'll just go to primary and I'll change this font family to this font family here. And as you can see, it automatically updated. So I'll go ahead and update and I'll close this. Let's just go back to the preview. Just refresh the page. As you can see, it's updated automatically. And the Contact Us button works very nicely and brings us to the Contact Us page. And here as well, the global font is updated as well, the primary font. Okay, let's just go back to the editor over here. And what I'll do is I'll go to the responsive tablet mode. Okay, I just want to show you over here that if you click on the heading and you go to style, we have the typography over here. It's set to primary. So let's just go to the global fonts. And as you can see, we have the responsive handles over here. Now it's set to tablet. So what we can do is we can change this. So I just go ahead and set that to look good on tablet. Okay, so this is now set globally. Okay, so all of the text elements that have this global font style, which is the primary one, they'll receive the 45 pixel size in responsive tablet mode. Okay, so this will save a lot of time and you can always tweak it for specific cases. Also, just so you know, I'll just go back and I'll just go to layout over here and I just want to show you that you can go to breakpoints and over here you can set your custom mobile and tablet breakpoints if you need to. Okay, so that's just another thing that you can do in site settings that might come in handy. And another cool feature is background, which basically allows you to set a default background style for your pages. So if you have a style that repeats itself, so you can just set that once over here instead of styling all of your sections and your pages over and over again. Okay, so for example, I can just style that over here and it will automatically be set as the background color across your site. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just click update and I'll close. And let's just talk about theme style. And we're going to be talking about theme style and the global colors and fonts together. Okay, so to start off, what I'll just do is I'll just drag in a new heading. I'll drag it under the original heading over here. Okay, so let's go to style. And as you can see, this widget, it gets the primary text color. It gets it by default. Okay, so this behavior happens behind the scenes to make sure that widgets and other elements, they always have a certain style by default. And as you've seen during this webinar, they can be styled with global colors and fonts. So for example, I can change it to a new color like we did before. But the moment that I clear this color, okay, then it will automatically be set back to its default setting, which in this case is the primary, as you can see by the white tick. Okay, and the same goes for typography. The typography is automatically set to the primary global font, and I can change that. But the moment that I reset it, you can see that it's automatically set to primary by the tick again. Now you can take control over this design layer by using theme style. Okay, but why would you do that? First of all, it allows you to make style changes across your site without using code, and there's no need for the theme customizer. So if you're using a different theme and you want to change some of this default behavior for some other elements on your website, you can use theme style to do that. It also allows you to set the default style of plugin elements and Elementor widgets, just like we saw. And it also allows you to maintain consistent design across your entire site, especially if you use it together with global colors and fonts, which you'll see soon. Okay, so I just want to show you that if we go to the Content tab, by default, it's automatically set to the H2 tag. Okay, so I can change this HTML tag if I want. For SEO purposes, but I'll just leave it at H2. I just wanted to make a note about that for when we're going to be using theme style. Okay, so let's go there. I'll go to Site Settings. And as you can see, we've got theme style over here, which basically allows us to control the default styling of a couple of elements. As you can see, we've got typography, buttons, the images and form fields, and it allows us to set a fallback style. Let's focus on the typography settings. So I'll click on that. And as you can see, you'll get a notice to disable the default colors and fonts that I was talking about earlier. This needs to be done to make it work. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and click the settings page. Don't worry, it opens up in a new tab. And just make sure that you disable default colors and default fonts. And click Save Changes. Now let's just go back to the page. And what I'll do is I'll just update and refresh the page. And as you can see over here in the heading that we just dragged in style, color and typography, they aren't set. And the default colors and fonts, they aren't applied anymore. So now we have the ability to control this with Elementor's theme style settings. So let's just go back over there and check out the typography. As you can see, we can set up default fallback styles for all types of text styles on your site. As you can see over here for the body, links, and the headings. Okay, so let's just go to H2, since the heading widget is set to H2 by default. Okay, so over here, what we can do is we can set the color and we can set the typography. So I'll just go ahead and set the color to red. And as you can see, it already changes automatically. And the typography, I'll just set that. I'll just change the font family. Okay, let's just update and close and see exactly what we just did. The heading widget now has a new default fallback style. So if we drag in a new heading widget, for example, it will automatically come with this style by default. But the moment that we change the HTML tag to H1, for example, it won't be the same. It's because we haven't defined H1 in theme style. So it inherits another style from a different source. Okay, I'll just go ahead and delete these two headings. and I'll click on the main heading that we have over here. And I'll do that to show you how we can use theme style with global colors and fonts, giving us even more control. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go over here to style, and I'll just reset the text color, and I'll reset the typography so it's set back to default. And now let's go back to theme style and typography and change the H2 heading tag. And instead of using custom colors and typography, we're going to be using the global ones that we set up before. Okay, so for the color, what I'll do is I'll set it to accent, and for typography, I'll set it to primary. Cool. As you can see, it applies everything automatically, and that's the way to use theme style together with the global colors and fonts. So you can really create a streamlined design system if you're using theme style. Okay, well, that's it. Now you know how to use Elementor's design system features and use them to set up and apply global colors and fonts on your own site, improving your workflow and saving you a lot of time. I hope you learned a lot during this webinar and that we managed to answer all of your questions. Also, I'd like to invite you to join our Facebook group for loads of helpful tips and tricks if you haven't already, and become part of our huge Elementor community full of like-minded web creators. Everybody's really helping each other out become better at what they do. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is full of interesting tutorials to help you master Elementor. And on our website, also check out our Help Center for easy access to our knowledge base, FAQs, docs, and a lot more. Lastly, feel free to rewatch this webinar in your own time and create your own stunning designs, and then you can share them in the comments below. So I wish you good luck, and most of all, enjoy being creative. Thanks for tuning in, and ciao for now.